Hello, 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 hello. How is everybody doing today? Good evening. It is Monday evening here in Tokyo. It's good to see everyone. I'm glad everybody is here. We're going to have a good lesson today. We're going to do some idioms today, a lot of idiom practice, but not just any idioms. Today's idioms are going to be 10 of the most commonly used idioms that people use these days. All right. So we're not talking about old idioms. We're not talking about idioms that, maybe your textbook will teach you or, that you learned long time ago or idioms that were from 20, 30 years ago. The idioms that we will learn today are current idioms. These are idioms that are used from 2020 until now. All right, so these will be really, really great, not only for your fluency in your speaking, but it will also help with your, listening and your comprehension when you're watching movies, when you're watching TV shows, when you're talking to, people from America. These idioms are commonly used, so it's important that you know what they mean. All right, as always, I will put the lesson onto the screen, and I'll do that right now. There it is, our first live idioms lesson, I believe. And in the meantime here, I'm just going to wait a little bit of time for people to join. Once they join, we can get started. All right, I'm just going to put a message on my community site. It's saying we are live. Okay, let's get started. Let's jump into it. If people join late, they join late. That's okay. We will just live with that. Idioms. If you look at the screen, what are idioms? Idioms, these are phrases, they're expressions, and the reason why they're difficult, because when you just look at the words itself, you really can't understand what it means. There is a literal meaning. What each word means is not what the idiom means. The idiom is going to have a special meaning, a figurative meaning, something that can't be understood by just reading each word. A lot of times these meanings are derived from cultural insights, cultural aspects of where it's from. And today we're going to be working on US idioms. This is North American English, US and Canada. These are idioms that we use there. So the idioms, the culture is going to be from the US. So that's what makes idioms hard, because, I have Australian friends, and if they're listening to American idioms or American slang, sometimes it's even difficult for them to understand, because the idioms come from that culture, right? So sometimes you need to understand the culture. And we will go over all of the meanings today. So as it says on the screen here, so they have a figurative meaning. All right, that means they cannot be understood just by each word alone. Okay, the one thing I really want you to remember whenever we're talking about idioms, this is something that you should remember right here. It says fixed structure. Fixed structure. That means the idioms are fixed phrases. They cannot be altered. They cannot be changed. So don't try changing the words around or adding a different word instead of the actual word in the idiom. The idioms, they're decided. Leave it how you see it. If you change it, the meaning of the idiom will also change. And as I already said, there is cultural relevance. So idioms could be unique to the culture, to the language. So that's why it makes it really difficult to understand. So I'll give you an example. of what I mean, literal meaning and figurative meaning. Now, we've got an idiom here. This is an older idiom, right? This is not a bad idiom. You know, we still use it now, but this is an older idiom. It says, break the ice. Break the ice. Now, literal meaning means if I just look at the words break, ice, right? Some, frozen water. So literal meaning of break the ice is I'm breaking ice. I'm breaking this frozen water. But that's not what this means. The idiom for break the ice, it means to initiate, to start a conversation, to start a social interaction with someone, right? So if I'm going to start talking to someone, maybe a stranger, or I'm going to start talking to a coworker or a new coworker, and I'm going to talk in a very friendly manner, I'm breaking the ice, right? So this is a completely different meaning. So how do we use it in a sentence? I decided to tell a joke to break the ice at the meeting. All right, so maybe at the meeting, everyone is very serious and nervous and uptight. So I told a joke, and this joke is going to make the conversation, it's going to make the interaction much more friendly. People can relax, right? So that's what break the ice means. So the actual meaning of the words is different than the figurative meaning. And that's why idioms are tough. But we'll go over each of these so you will be able to understand. So without further ado, let's move to our idioms. We're going to do 10 idioms today. 10 idioms. The first one we will do is to cancel someone. To cancel someone. This is a really, really common idiom these days. To cancel someone. Now, this has it very commonly used now. That's probably one of the most common idioms that I hear these days. And if you know what it means, put it into the message box there. If you don't know what it means, I will share that with you in a second. Funny Boaters, how are you today? How are you? How are you? Today we're working on idioms. First one is cancel someone. All right, so if you're canceling someone, that basically means that you are going to stop supporting that person. You're going to stop supporting that person. All right, so let's make my screen a little bit bigger. Oh, that way I have space to write everything down here. I'm going to make this a little smaller because I need space. All right, so let's see if I can get it all on the screen. There we go. So it's kind of a long definition here. So if we just read the screen, there you go. Your definition's shorter and easier. It's a decision to stop supporting someone. And most times the people that we're going to stop supporting, it's going to be a public figure. Okay, public figure means someone that we know, the public knows that person, a celebrity, a famous person, right? So it's one of the reasons we say we stop supporting them is maybe because of something they did, some of their actions, some of their opinions, something they said or did was not good. People didn't like it. So everybody stops supporting them. And it's very serious because a lot of celebrities, if this happens, they start losing their jobs. They can't work. It's really tough for them. So yeah, some movements were forming for that. I heard that on the news. Cancel celebs. Yeah, it happens to a lot of them. You're going to cancel celebrities, especially the ones, there are some celebrities that are targets and people just try to cancel them. Okay, so this is a great word to know, because if you're watching, mainstream pop media in America, Canada, Australia, UK, any English-speaking country, they talk about cancel culture. Cancel culture. So cancel culture it's the culture that we've created that we're easily canceling, stopping, we're not supporting someone. Okay, Fight About is great. All right, so that was a good one. That was the first one. You stop supporting someone because of something they have done. Now, next one, to throw hands. Throw hands. What do you think throw hands means? Throw hands is definitely not good. Cancel culture is also not good. Cancel culture is also becoming a really negative type of culture. People are easily canceling people, and it's not good. To throw hands, yeah, to start fighting. Simple as that. And when we say fighting, it's going to be a physical fight. All right. So start to physically fight. All right. Fighting can have another meaning. Fighting can mean verbal fighting. Like you argue, we can call that a fight also. But here it's an actual physical fight. They're going to throw hands. So that means their hands are they're basically going to be fighting, punching each other. All right. What about the next one? Cap, no cap. Cap, no cap. Today, I'm not wearing a cap, which is very strange for me. I usually always wear a cap. But we're not saying this. Cap is not baseball cap. It's not a hat. Okay. So you saw the other day, someone put a kid had on his shirt "Talk Wars" instead of "Swords." Yeah. That's nice. I like it. What do we think cap, no cap means? Let's see what we have here. All right, so this is a good one. This is really, really common. In fact, I'm going to try to make a banner, see if it'll come out. You should know what it means, cap and no cap means, but you should also know this as well. Oh, yes, it came out perfect. So if you're ever on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or now X, and sometimes you'll see this emoji, you'll see a blue cap, a blue hat. This is very important. You should know what it means. Cap, what this means, very simply, it means lie. Okay. Now, so that means no cap means no lie. So one means you are lying. The other means I'm not lying. All right. So a lot of people will say that, yesterday I was walking down the street and I met Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. So, maybe my friend will say, that's cap. That's cap. Not you are cap, but the statement that I said is not true. So that's cap. And sometimes people will say, no, seriously, no cap, no cap. It means I'm not lying. It's not a lie. All right. So cap means lie. The statement is not true. No cap means I'm not lying. The statement is, in fact, true. Now, the next one is, it's FOMO. FOMO is actually an acronym. It's an acronym, right? What does an acronym mean? An acronym means that it's the first letter of a phrase, right? The first letter of each word in a phrase. For example, I think everybody knows the very famous acronym. And I'm going to put it on the screen here. I think everybody knows this acronym, as soon as possible. So ASAP or ASAP, this means as soon as possible. So FOMO is also an acronym. So Fedwaz, you're very close. Fear that is not serious. It can be remedied. Yeah. What kind of fear though? This is a very specific type of fear. A very specific type of fear. And it's not even just fear. It could be sort of like anxiety. So first, let's go over what this means first. Let's go over the acronym. The acronym means, as you said, fear, and then we're going to say of missing out. Fear of missing out. Now, what this means, the fear of missing out, is you are anxious, you are nervous, so you have anxiety that something is happening. Right? Something is happening somewhere else. So something exciting, an exciting event, interesting event is happening somewhere else. Okay. And then I'm going to change not something, something exciting is happening someplace else. And usually this fear is, we feel this fear because of social media. So you will often see on social media, people are posting something. Maybe they're at an event or they're somewhere. So you feel, oh my God, I'm missing this event. Oh no. So it's a fear of missing out. And exactly, Fightable, perfect. It's a fear of missing. Excellent. All right, next, the word flex. What does flex mean? Flex, flex, flex. Now, I mean the literal meaning of flex means you're gonna be tightening your muscles. So you wanna want to constrict your muscles so people can see it. But here, flex has a little different meaning. It means you're going to show off or brag about something. You're going to show off or brag about something. Perfect. Fabulous. Show off. Perfect. So, okay. Oh, flex on you. Perfect. Perfect. Good job. Amazing. All right. Then what is this next one? To ghost someone. To ghost someone. What does that mean? To ghost someone. All right, let's see what you have. All right, I suddenly just disappeared. I don't know what happened there. My whole system just shut down. Hopefully everything is fine now, though. Let me put the screen back on here. That's not it. Let's see. There we go. There it is. Okay, there we go. Ghost someone. Yeah, it means to ignore someone in a stealthy way. Perfect, perfect. To ignore someone in a stealthy way. Yeah, it just means that you just stop calling someone. You completely ignore them. It's really, really bad. It's really mean, honestly. But that's what it means. You just completely stop communicating with them. And you don't tell them why. You don't give them a reason. All right. So you just stop. You stop talking to someone suddenly, and then you don't give them a reason why. So it's basically you've become a ghost to that person. So to stop talking to someone suddenly. Okay, and the whole thing is you don't give any reason. You know, one day you're talking and then suddenly boom, nothing. And this is usually used not for just regular friendships. This is probably going to be more for romantic relationships. So let's say guy and a girl, they go on a date. They date like 2-3 times. Everything seems fine. And suddenly maybe she just stops talking to him. doesn't return text messages, doesn't return phone calls, doesn't communicate at all. So she ghosted him. Okay, so thank you, Fadibos, by the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just suddenly was kicked out. Next one, throw shade. Throw shade. What does that mean, to throw shade? Throw shade is also a bit of a negative one. It's not the nicest meaning. Caleb, throw shade is to publicly criticize someone. Yes. If I was disrespect someone in a bad way, like sarcasm. Yes, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so throw shade, that's what that means. Now, when we do it as well, you're basically going to be insulting them, criticizing them. You can do it very directly or kind of like stealthily, sneakily, but basically it's to insult or criticize someone. To insult or criticize someone. Throw shade. All right. What about the next one? Spill the tea. Spill the tea. What do you guys think spill the tea means? Yes, gossip. Nice. I think it's amazing that you guys that you know all these. This is really good because I have to be honest. I can guarantee you that my sister, my older sister, who is Canadian, living in Canada, probably doesn't know all of these. Nice. Okay. Yeah, my system. Something is happening with my system. 1 second here. I need to see what network I'm on. My network is good. I don't know why. Let's see if I can fix this. Okay, while I'm trying to fix it, throw under the bus. Yeah, I don't know if I was. I'm trying to fix it right now. I don't know why. I was just actually doing online lessons completely fine. I'm wondering if I've got too many things going on in the background. So I'm going to close some things. See if we can lighten my system up a bit here. So throw someone under the bus. Throw someone under the bus. So Caleb, to cause someone to suffer so that you gain. Yes, that is correct. And how do we cause the person to suffer, Caleb? So we're going to be looking at it like this. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my system today. To betray or blame someone. You're blaming someone else. You're betraying someone to protect yourself or to gain an advantage. All right. So you're trying to get a higher, you're trying to get a one up on someone. So you throw them under the bus. And the last one here, well, I'm going to close a bunch of things. Let's see if that works again. Okay, this should work, I hope. Okay, so funny about it is you got clap back. It's the opposite of clap like, criticize someone. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, well, I'm still trying to figure it out here, but let's see if it's better. I closed everything except for this feed right here. And of course, I need to put I ended up closing my lesson as well. So to clap back, and you're right, Fadibos. Yeah, it is like the opposite of, when we were throwing shade. If someone throws shade at you, that means they're insulting you. You just take it. Or you clap back. Right? So to clap back here would mean that you're going to respond. You're going to respond to it. So you respond to the criticism. Okay. All right, so those were the 10 idioms. And I'm very sorry for this really bad network connection today. It almost feels like someone's controlling my mouse. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go over some fill in the blanks. All right, so the next thing that you guys are going to see are a bunch of sentences. We're going to choose one idiom. We have 10 to choose from. You're going to complete the sentence. All right, so let's move this down here. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to do one by one today. I put bigger spaces in between. Number one here. After his controversial comments, the public decided to something and stop supporting him. After his controversial comments, the public decided to something and stop supporting him. Okay, there we go. Make it big enough so everybody can see. All right, what would the answer be for this? After his controversial comments, the public decided to something and stop supporting him. All right, Fighting Boys, after his controversial comments, the public decided to cancel and stop supporting him. Probably cancel him and stop supporting him. But you know what? You know what? You're right. Cancel and stop supporting him. Your answer is perfect. All right, so number one, perfect. It's cancel. Who do you think recently has been canceled? What celebrity or famous person? All right, while you guys think of that, let's move on to number two. She always tells the truth. She doesn't something when talking about her experiences. She always tells the truth. She doesn't something when talking about her experiences. Fighterboard's cap. She always tells the truth. She doesn't cap when talking about her experiences. Perfect. So, if I was De Niro, I saw that he was in the news. I didn't watch what happened. What happened with him? What did he do? Did he do something really bad? I'm gonna have to check it out. Definitely, I will have to check it out. I don't know what he did, but I did see him in the news. Number 3. He loves to something his designer clothes whenever he goes out. Junior calls Trump a clown. I'll say, yeah, he's been doing that for a long time, though. De Niro does not like Donald Trump. Oh, yeah, that's not good. That is definitely not good. Okay. That is definitely not good. All right. What about number 3? He loves to something his designer clothes whenever he goes out. Number 3, flex. Very good. Very, very good. So when he loves to flex his designer clothes whenever he goes out. Perfect. All right, let's put that on here. Perfect. Flex. All right, let's move it up to number 4. If you have any juicy gossip, now is the time. All right, Caleb, I like it. Different idiom. Spill it. Spill the tea. Good. Good. I like it. Spill the tea. Spill it works as well. I like that. Now's the time to spill the tea. Spill it. In fact, there's another one that I would use as well. That's quite common in the US. Now is the time to dish. Now is the time to dish. All right, dish means to say, gossip, tell what the story is all about. Tell what the juicy gossip is. What does juicy gossip means? Gossip we know, I think. What does juicy mean? Why? How does the word gossip change if we add juicy? So here, juicy gossip means something that's really exciting. Oh, there you go, fiber. Something very interesting. Yes, perfect. All right. Number 5. She couldn't take the criticism anymore, so she decided to something with a sharp response. She couldn't take the criticism anymore. If you can't take something anymore, that means you have run out of patience, right? The limit of being able to be patient has passed, right? So she couldn't take it anymore. So she decided to clap back with a sharp response. Perfect, Faribor is perfect. She couldn't take the criticism anymore, so she decided to clap back with a sharp response. All right, so it's 5 down, 5 more to go. Number 6. Everyone was talking about the concert, and my something kicked in when I saw all the posts on social media. Okay, so first, before we go over the correct answer, let's go over what this means. Kicked in. If something kicked in, that means it is beginning to work or beginning to take effect. Beginning to have an effect, beginning to work. Yeah, the coffee kicked in. Exactly. Coffee kicked in. That's what I have here. Well, espresso. The espresso is kicking in. And Fadibor is, yes, everyone was talking about the concert, and my FOMO kicked in when I saw all the posts on social media. Right, number 7. When things went wrong at work, he didn't hesitate to something his colleague, something to save himself. When things went wrong at work, he didn't hesitate to something his colleague, something to save himself. Yeah, so when things went wrong at work, so for me right here, you're basically going to protect yourself. You're going to try to make yourself look better. So one way to do that is to make your colleague look bad. Right? It's you say something, you do something, so then your colleague doesn't look good. Your colleague looks bad. So that means you look good. You look better. So the idiom for that would be, he didn't hesitate to throw his colleague under the bus to save himself. All right, so when things went wrong at work, he didn't hesitate to throw his colleague under the bus to save himself. Perfect. Fighter boys, nice. All right, what about number 8? They used to be best friends, but now all they do is something at each other on social media. So they used to be best friends, but now all they do is something at each other on social media. Okay, so this is good idea, fighting birds, but remember, they're on social media, and throwing hands is physical fight. It's a physical fight. But you're almost there. The first part was right. There you go, fighting birds. Nice. Throw shade. They used to be best friends, but now all they do is throw shade at each other on social media. So that means all they do is insult each other. They criticize each other. That's all they do now. Okay, number 9. Let me just make this so it's easy to see on the screen. After the big fight, she decided to something him and stopped replying to his messages. And Fightable is perfect. Ghost. After their big fight, she decided to ghost him and stop replying to his messages. All right, remember ghost. To ghost someone means you stop talking to that person. You stop communicating with them suddenly. And for you don't give a reason why. You don't tell the person either. And last one. When the argument escalated, they almost started to something right in the middle of the street. Escalated means it got worse. It got worse. So if something escalates, it means it's getting worse. And Fightable is perfect. When the argument escalated, they almost started to throw hands right in the middle of the street. Perfect. All right, so when the argument escalated, they almost started to throw hands right in the middle of the street. Perfect. So they almost started to fight. All right, so that's 10 idioms that we learned today. All right, so just to give a quick review of these, remember the idioms we've got today. To cancel someone. You cancel someone, that means you stop supporting them. Usually a public figure, a celebrity, someone famous. So you completely stop supporting them. Throw hands, we just learned, means to fight physically. Right? It means you're actually punching someone. Cap No cap. Cap means lie. No cap means no lie. We've got FOMO, fear of missing out. This is the fear, the anxiety that you feel that you're missing something that's happening. You're missing something exciting that's happening somewhere else. Usually, you hear about it on social media. To flex means to show off. Ghost someone, stop talking to them completely and suddenly. Throw shade means to insult someone, criticize someone. Spill the tea, gossip. Throw someone under the bus, you betray them, you blame them to make yourself look better. And clap back means to respond to criticism. All right, so that's 10 idioms. These are all idioms that we use currently. These are common 2024 idioms. These are not the old idioms that you probably learned when you were a, grade school kid. So, any questions with this lesson, with all of these idioms? Thank you, Fibers. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. I'm amazed at how that you knew basically every one of these idioms. That's amazing. And hopefully you're using them as well when you're speaking English. I use some of these. Caleb, thank you for joining, buddy. Also amazing. You knew them all as well. Great job. All right. If there are no questions, that's great. That means you guys are perfectly confident with all of these idioms. Anybody who's watching on the replay, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The next live will be on Wednesday. This week, and I'll put up a lesson schedule probably tonight or tomorrow. Question from Firebirds. Can we say this pant, for example, flex on you means suits you or not? Not really, because we're trying to show off. We're trying to show off. We're trying to brag. We're trying to make ourselves look better. So not really means to suit you. It's more to mean that, I'm bragging. All right. So, if you suddenly went somewhere to work, to school, and you're suddenly wearing like head to shoulders Chanel, like some Hermes, like Louis Vuitton, like that's a big flex. Fleek, yes. Fleek on you. Fleek is good. All right, you got it. That's good. All right. Any other questions, Fibros? And make sure with fleek, we're saying on fleek, yeah? On fleek. You're very welcome, Funny Birds. You're very welcome. Hi, it's your first time. What is your name? Naskin. Nani? Naskin Tebi? Tibi? Nice to meet you. Welcome, by the way. Welcome. Unfortunately, we're basically done the lesson. We did 10 idioms in this. I don't know what I should call you. Maybe not Naski. So you can watch it on the replay. A lot of really good words here. The next lesson I'm going to do live is going to be on Wednesday, right? So you can definitely join Wednesday and Thursday. So you can join for those lessons. Wednesday will be like at 11:45, 55 time, quite late. And then Thursday will be 10:45. So both evening lessons. And I think you are in Japan, so you're in the same place as I am. And Fighters, I also really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining the lesson and answering everything. It was awesome. Salem, I am doing well, brother. How are you doing? I can read a little bit. It's all hiragana, so I can read that. So yeah, as I was just saying, unfortunately, the lesson is basically done today. Salem, you're from Bangladesh. I do know Bangladesh. There are a lot of people living near me from Bangladesh here. So yeah, I definitely know it. Great country. Great country, great food. Buddy Bros, thank you. Take care to you as well. Love and peace right back at you. And I'll see you in the next lesson, Buddy Bros. Salem, you're speaking fine right now. No problem. No problem at all. I understand what you're saying right now, so that's great. Naskin, where are you in Japan? You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome, Salem. What time is it in Bangladesh right now? It's like, I think 2 hours before, maybe 10:30 in Bangladesh. You're in Nagano. Ooh, nice. Nagano's great. I was there. I was in Tateshina last year. Salem, I'm from Canada originally, but I live in Tokyo right now. And yeah, Nagano is a great place. Nagano reminds me of Canada. You know, a lot of the nature is very similar. Salem, what city are you living in right now in Bangladesh? Yeah, I live in Japan now. I've lived here for a while. Yeah, it's a great place. Very safe. Yeah, I've been to Nagano. Yeah, Tateshina. I was there last year for like 4 days. Have you ever been there? It's really, really nice. Uh, Beautiful nature, a lot of deer everywhere, but expensive. I had zarusoba, and it was like 2,500 yen. It's 10. It's 10 p.m. in Bangladesh. Okay, nice. Hey, Coney, how are you? Yeah, I'm living in Japan, but I'm not Japanese. No, I'm Canadian. I am Canadian. But I used to live in the US also for a very long time. I'm doing well, Coney. I'm doing well. It was a busy weekend, but I'm doing well. It was a terrible day here today. The weather was crazy. It was very, 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 very rainy today. Lots of thunderstorms here today in Tokyo. You're in the capital. You're in the capital of Bangladesh. Okay. So that's what. What's the capital of Bangladesh? Dhaka? I think Dhaka is that the capital? So just so if you people want to keep studying well, these were the 10 idioms we did. If you want to see, I'll try to put them all on the screen, but it's going to be too small, I think, for people to read. Yeah, it's way too small. I'll make it bigger. Too small. I've never been to Bangladesh. I've never been to like Dhaka. I've never been to those places. Uh, where have I gone? I've gone to India before. So what will we do in this? Yeah. So unfortunately, we already finished the lesson. So basically, we went over what each of these idioms meant. So the meaning of each idiom. And then after that, there was a test, a quiz. You have to choose the right idiom to finish the sentence. It's very nice to meet you too, Salem. Yeah, cap, Coney cap is very popular. Cap, no cap. Uh, here's the example sentence right here. She always tells the truth. She doesn't cap when talking about her experiences. She doesn't lie. Yes, Dhaka, nice. Now, if we look at some of the other sentences we have, we can go through each one just as a review here. After his controversial comments, the public decided to cancel and stop supporting him. Yeah, so the next class will be Wednesday night. Just check my page. I'm going to put a lesson schedule today. I'll put it tonight. But basically today, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, that will be the live lesson. So to cancel someone means you stop supporting them. If you look at number 3, he loves to flex his designer clothes whenever he goes out. So flex means to show off. It means to brag. Number 4 was, if you have any juicy gossip, now's the time to spill the tea. Spill the tea means to tell me the gossip, share the gossip. Okay. Other answers would be spill it or dish. Now's the time to dish. It means tell me the gossip. Number 5, she couldn't take the criticism anymore, so she decided to clap back with a sharp response. Clap back means to respond, means kind of like get revenge. So somebody says something bad to you, then you say something back. You clap back. Number 6, everyone was talking about the concert, and my FOMO kicked in when I saw the posts on social media. FOMO means fear of missing out. So you feel anxious that you're missing something exciting because you see something on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. Number 7, when things went wrong at work, he didn't hesitate to throw his colleague under the bus. This means that you're going to blame your colleague. You're gonna make your colleague look bad, or you're gonna criticize the colleague so you look better. All right, so you're gonna blame someone, you're gonna criticize someone, you're gonna say someone is bad so that you look good. That's throw someone under the bus. Number 8, they used to be best friends, but now all they do is throw shade at each other. So throw shade here means that they insult each other. They criticize each other. They say nasty things to each other. That's to throw shade. Number 9, after their big fight, she decided to ghost him and stop replying to his messages. Ghost someone means that you stop talking to them. You stop communicating suddenly, and you don't give any reason. You just cut it. So the other person is usually always very surprised. So I remember, well, not a long time ago, but traditionally, if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you wanted to break up, you would tell the person face to face, maybe even the telephone call, say, listen, let's break up. But these days, a lot of people, if they want to break up, they just ghost the person. They stop talking. They don't answer the emails. They don't answer text messages. They just cut all communication. And then number 10, the last one we learned today, was when the argument escalated, when the argument got worse, they almost started to throw hands. They almost started to fight. So Salem, thing with any language, it's just about doing it often. So I think have a schedule of, how many days can you study? and then just keep doing it on those days. Like, I am doing live lessons here completely free 4 days a week. So you can always join those lessons. But a lot of people, it's just, you have to just keep doing it. And if you want to improve speaking, you need to speak. So now you're typing with me, but that's still, you're still kind of speaking in your mind. This is really good practice. And you just have to find the opportunity to speak. But I think, don't get discouraged, don't get depressed, sad. Just day by day, step by step. Yeah, you learn some grammar, you learn some vocabulary, you watch TV, read books, watch movies. These will all help you. My channel has a lot of lessons, from very easy grammar to very advanced grammar. So those will also really help. Watch those lessons. They're about 10 minutes long, each of these lessons. So you'll learn one grammar point. So yeah, check out the lessons, Salem. And then there's always activities. Every one of my lessons will have an activity. So you get a chance to speak and make sentences. So watch those. Come join my live lessons. So when I came to Japan the very first time, I couldn't speak any Japanese, like zero. I didn't know any zero, like nothing at all. But when I got here, I just tried to listen to what people were saying. I just tried speaking. I didn't care if I made a mistake. At the beginning, I did. I always cared about my mistakes. So I didn't improve quickly. But suddenly, one day, I just stopped. I said, if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. It's okay. And when I didn't worry about speaking perfectly, that's when my ability, my Japanese, got really good. And then I would just try to find places to speak. So even when I lived in Los Angeles, for a very long time, but I always found Japanese supermarkets or, restaurants, and tried to practice. So just don't give up. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are good. Mistakes are fine. All right. So any other questions? If there are no other questions or comments, Coney, you're very welcome. Very welcome. I'm glad you were able to join. And I just noticed you put the emoji of Saturn. You put the emoji of Saturn. Did you see the planets today in the sky? Apparently, you can see like 6 different planets today. It's like the planetary alignment. But apparently in the end of June will be even better, Coney. Yeah, you know what? The best way to learn English is just, honestly, like I said, is just speaking as much as you can. Don't worry about making mistakes. find any opportunity that you can. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, I live in Japan, or I live in India, I live in Brazil. There are places to speak English, always. So I would find those places to speak, and just speak as much as you can. That's the fastest way to improve. It's a very rare thing that happens. You know, all of our planets in our solar system, they are going to be rotating, revolving around the sun. And at this point, if this is the sun, usually they're all in different orbits. But apparently today, and then later on this year or this month, all of the planets are actually going to be in a line, like completely in a line. And we should be able to see them. Like 3 of them, you can see them, according to some websites, that you can see them just with your naked eye. And the other 3, you would need like a telescope, but they're all lined up. But according to another article I read from NASA, it says the end of the year will be much better to see it. I didn't see it today. It was cloudy weather here in Tokyo. Naskin, does that make sense what I said? How to improve? Yeah, that's the tough thing. You know, the opportunities, you have to find them. Like, you know, when I lived in LA, I would go to a Japanese supermarket. There was a supermarket that was 30 seconds away from my house, but I would drive 20, 30 minutes away to go to a more expensive supermarket because it was a Japanese supermarket, and I could speak with the cashier in Japanese. I would go to a Japanese restaurant, izakayas, and speak with the waitresses, waiters. So I always just tried to find places. So this is, I mean, you're speaking to me right now. I am planning to do a different type of lesson. I'm thinking about doing that from next month, where I actually have people join me and you get a chance to speak. Yeah, it's weird. You just have to find the places. And there are places everywhere. There are places everywhere. You know, there are English speakers everywhere. So you just have to find those places. Find out, you know, whatever you're interested in. There's definitely going to be a group of people doing that in Nagano, definitely. Yeah, Salem, you'll forget, but that's okay. You forget, you do it again, right? It's just rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it. Don't give up. Eventually, you'll remember. If you use it, it's easier to remember. Welcome to the club there, Nasuke. I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you very much. I look forward to talking with you lots. I actually hope to go up to Nagano again this year. I really liked when I went there last year. So I'm hoping to go up there again. I was just in Niigata last week. But Salem, just don't give up. And I think, yeah, you know, like coming here and speaking and typing, right? You're still thinking in English. This is going to help you. Uh, Coney and I always talk. I feel like we're long lost friends. I was surprised that you didn't join at the beginning, so I'm really happy you joined at the end there, Coney. Yeah, winter would be good in Nagano. I've never been in winter. I'm not. It's strange. I'm Canadian, but I'm not a skier. I'm not a I'm not a skier, snowboarder. I'm a summer sports person. I surf, I golf, I play basketball, soccer, tennis, rugby, volleyball, but no winter sports. I play ice hockey, but no skiing or snowboarding. It's really it's a waste. I should have learned. Nice, Connie. You like basketball? That's great. That's great. Yeah, basketball is great. It's a lot of fun. I was just that's why I went traveling last week. I was coaching in a different city, and right now basketball is very exciting because the NBA championships. Yeah, you should do it again. You should do it again. It's fun just to go out with friends. You don't take it seriously. You just shoot around. Play very loose, non-aggressive games. It's fun. I'm coaching kids, so it's completely stress free. Well, there's a little stress. Kids tend to hurt themselves, but for me, there's no stress. It's quite easy. Yeah, it's getting harder to watch NBA, Coney, on TV. It's becoming too expensive. It's too expensive, like especially here where I'm living. It's very expensive. Uh, so yeah, this year I didn't get the pack. Last year I was lucky. I was really lucky. I was able to work with the NBA. I did a couple of coaching sessions with the NBA, so I got the NBA TV package from them. But this year I couldn't get it. So nice. Nusky, you play basketball too. Nice. Yeah, I've gone skiing a couple of times. My legs don't work well together. My right leg wants to go this way, and the left leg wants to go the other way. Snowboarding was better for me. When I went snowboarding, I went a couple of times. That was I was more comfortable with snowboarding. Snowboarding kind of reminded me of surfing, similar kind of movement. So it was a little easier for me. Connie, do people go skiing or snowboarding where you are? Not so common there. Okay. Boston or Dallas? Boston or Dallas? That's okay. I pray. I pray that it's Dallas. I pray that it's Dallas. The only reason I'm not a Dallas fan, but I hate Boston. I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a Lakers fan my whole life. My dad was a Lakers fan. He made me a Lakers fan. So the Lakers in their history have won 17 championships. Boston in their history have won 17 championships. It's the most of any teams in the NBA. So I do not want Boston to win number 18 before the Lakers win number 18. So go Dallas. What about you, Nusky? Who do you think? Who are you cheering for? Who do you think will win? Yeah, that's okay. But it's important. It's important to be positive, Salem. Don't worry. You don't speak well now, you think, but it's going to get better. Every day it gets better little by little, right? And you're typing right now. I understand what you're saying. So that means it's not bad. It's good. So just keep with it. Nice. Another Laker fan. Yes. Yeah, I spent a long time in LA. So I was really lucky. I was able to go to a lot of games. I watched Kobe play so many games. Used to root for the Warriors. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a Warriors hater. I like the Warriors. I love Steph Curry. I think he's amazing. He's so much fun to watch. It's definitely a good team. I root for them as well, unless they're playing the Lakers. If they play the Lakers, then I'm sorry, they have to lose. But otherwise, yeah, no, I think they're great. They were actually here in Japan a couple of years ago to play a game, and I was lucky enough to be able to go watch that. And I met some of the Warriors players. Yeah, Hachimura is doing well. He did well last year. He had a bad playoffs. His playoffs were not good, but he definitely did well. He definitely did. I'm excited for him this year. New coach. I don't know who the coach will be, but new coach. He might have more opportunity than last year. I'm sad that Watanabe Yuta is not going to be in the NBA anymore. He went back, or he came back to Japan. That's a little sad. Yeah, Warriors are a fun team to watch, Coney. Still, the new Samsung speaking English. New Samsung phone? The new Samsung phone, Coney? You don't think you'll ever watch the Lakers play? Salem, good night. Good night. You don't have to say sorry. You come talk to me anytime. That's how you'll improve. Coney, you have to watch the Lakers play. They got an exciting team. LeBron James, Anthony Davis. They got some good players. You should watch it. Not as exciting as the Warriors, but still. Yeah, Coach Ham was terrible. He was terrible. So I'm excited to see who their new coach will be. I have no idea. Okay, I got it, Salem. All right. Okay, well, it is 1 a.m. here. It is time for me to go to bed. I got an early day tomorrow. Well, not that early, but I got a long day tomorrow. So if there are no other comments or questions, there were a few times where I could watch NBA after getting from basketball. My God, yeah, it's also really tough, depending where you are, the time difference. Like the games are really early here in Japan, so sometimes I'm at work, so I can't really watch it. So getting home from playing basketball at the academy, okay. I do not know Bengali, Salem. No, I do not know Bengali. I do know a little bit of Hindi. I can speak a little bit of Hindi. I can speak a little bit of Punjabi, but I speak better Japanese and, of course, English. And I can speak a little French as well. All right, guys. Well, it's time to call it a night. I'm glad that I could talk to some of you guys. I'm glad to make some new friends. I look forward. The next lesson will be Wednesday. I will put up a lesson schedule tonight before I go to bed. And then if you can't make it on Wednesday, Thursday will be the next lesson after that. And then Saturday morning. So Wednesday, Thursday are in the evening. And then Saturday will be in the morning. Saturday morning. That's very early morning. So hopefully you guys can join all three. Hopefully you can join 2 or 1. And I look forward to seeing you guys in those lessons. So, but I'm glad I got to talk with you and meet a couple of new friends. Coney, it's always great talking with you. Moi aussi. Nice. Nice little Coney throwing out some French. Me too. I like it. I like it, Coney. Okay, guys. I will see everybody in the next live lesson. Please have a great night tonight. I'm glad you guys could join. Make sure you watch from the beginning of this lesson so you can learn those 10 idioms as well and practice the exercises. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys all in the next lesson on Wednesday. All right, guys. See you later. Are you living in Thailand, Salem? Nice. I love Thailand. Thanks, Coney. It was great chatting with you too. It's great chatting with you as well. All right, guys. And Naskin, also good to talk with you as well. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday or all 3. Okay, guys. See ya.